So Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest players to ever play the game of basketball, guys, but he was especially exceptional in the 2005-2006 season. On this season, guys, he averaged over 35 points a game. This is also the year that he dropped the 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. Why do I bring that up? Well, for today's video, guys, you are going to see what is perhaps one of the worst rosters to ever get carried to 45 wins on the season. That's exactly what Kobe Bryant did with this Los Angeles Lakers team. And for this video, man, I really wanted to see what I could do with Kobe if I traded away the entire roster, except Kobe Bryant, of course, to see if I could get them to be a championship contending team. Because as you look at this roster, man, you got Kobe, and then after that, you had Lamar Odom. You know, Lamar's always cool. Andrew Bynum was not, like, really in his own yet as a player. He was more of a prospect at that point. You got Luke Walton, Devin George, Kwame Brown, a bona fide bitch-ass scrub. You got the machine out there, Ronnie Turioff, Smush Parker, Chris Mim, Brian Cook, Von Wafer, and then, like, some other dudes out there, right, man? So straight up, this roster was garbage. But Kobe Bryant in his greatness was able to carry them, man, to 45 wins. That is unbelievable. Now, they did ultimately lose in the first round of the playoffs to the Phoenix Suns, but you know what? We're going to get this team a championship, man. So, yes, we are going to be trading every single player on this team except Kobe Bryant. This is going to be a very tough challenge to end up winning a championship with, just because, like, we don't really have any great trade prospects outside of a Lamar Odom. So, yeah, it's going to definitely be very difficult. But you guys can do me a quick favor and please drop a like on this video if you want me to continue this series. And let me know in the comment section below which player you want me to do next, guys. 1,000 likes for me to continue the series. And, yeah, I can do pretty much any player from any, era out there. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do a historical player like Kobe Bryant, of course, from a different season instead of the main season, because that's how we've been doing it as of late. So yeah, let's go straight to the trade finder, and I think the way we gotta start off with things out there is how exactly do we want to build this team. I definitely want it to be built with, obviously running everything through Kobe Bryant, maybe having a guy on the inside to dip the ball into, because you gotta keep in mind that this is definitely a different era of basketball, traditional power forward, center, stuff like that, not a ton of, like, spacing, as you would see in the league today. So yeah, Lamar Odom, we are going to see what we get from via trade. We got Kyle Korver, Chris Webber, not bad. It's definitely not a bad little trade right there. Andrew Bogut, Joe Smith, you got draft pick Chris Duhon, does nothing for us. We got Drew Gooden, Corey Maggette. I mean, he's used to taking L's. Like, he was on that Clippers team, averaged like a 24 per game score, but they definitely did not really do all that much out there, right? So we were looking for some winners out there, right, man? Mike Miller, Shane Battier. Mike Miller, I think, wasn't he Rookie of the Year? I think he was Rookie of the Year, wasn't he? I think he also won Sixth Man of the Year one time. I don't remember. Then Shane Battier is pretty cool. Al Harrington, Udonis Haslem. Definitely not trades that I'm absolutely loving for our 85 overall. Here we got Andre Kirilenko and Carlos Boozer. That's actually a really solid trade. Boozer was a beast on the Utah Jazz, and Kirilenko is just like a very solid defensive player. You got Mike Bibby, Stephon Marbury, Hedo Turkoglu, good all-around player. Josh Howard was a beast on the Dallas Mavericks. We got Peja, David West, Big Ben Wallace, and Antonio McDyess. Takes care of the two positions with that. Yo, here we go, man. Yao Ming. Yao Ming would actually be perfect here, guys. Because, I mean, for one, the dude 7'6", absolute beast, was one of the best centers in the NBA at the time, of course. So, yeah, in the 05-06 season, 22 points, 10 rebounds per game. But actually, what I absolutely love about Yao Ming is, like, he's not just an inside player. He was a very, very solid mid-range guy. I think he has, like, he has an 88 mid-range shot. So, I mean, you get everything with Yao that we exactly need for this type of video. Definitely lean towards him. Sean Marion would be very cool. But, yeah. Yeah, there's no way we can pass up on Yao Ming. There was some other trades out there that gave us better depth, of course. Like, of course, getting Kirilenko and Boozer. But I don't know, man. Just the idea of Yao Ming with Kobe Bryant, that would be freaking unstoppable. So we're doing that trade right there. Now, keep in mind, we cannot trade a guy unless we cannot trade a guy once we acquire them. Hopefully it works. Okay, yes, because it was not working for me before the other day when I tried this challenge out. All right, next up, I think I'm going to go to the trade finder and like look at guys that I just want to get in particular. I'm honestly thinking if we can find a trade to get Ron Artest back on this team. I loved him when he played with Kobe Bryant. I thought he was the perfect player to play alongside him. So here we got a trade of just Andrew Bynum. Ooh, yo, this is a perfect trade, man. Wow, okay, so Andrew Bynum, Smush Parker, we get Ron Artest, who, like I said, defensive beast, decent enough three-point shooter for this era of basketball. But we also get Mike Bibby. I liked Mike Bibby a lot, when he played, in the NBA and stuff, guys. Just a very good, tough player. My buddy used to always use this man whenever he played 2K back in the day. He would always kill me with Mike Bibby. No, wait. I had a friend that used Peja Stojakovic all the time. I think it was my little brother that actually used Mike Bibby. It was his favorite player. He dropped like freaking 100 points a game on me with him. But yeah, Mike Bibby, Ron Artest, that's a perfect trade there, guys. And like Andrew Bynum was like our last true asset we really had. Because, of course, he was young and, had good trade potential and everything like that. But, yeah, now it's going to be difficult. But we do pretty much have a starting lineup. The only position we absolutely need is a power forward, so we'll look for that next. Let's see if we can toss in Luke Walton with Devin George, looking for, like, a power forward and maybe, like, a role player. And that right there, honestly, is not too bad. At this point, Chris Webber was 32, so, definitely out of his prime. No longer was the same player as he was on the Sacramento Kings. I remember he was on Philadelphia for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, always a good passing big guy, can play in the posts. Mid-range shot, good enough. Not going to give you too much on the defensive end of things. We'll keep in mind that Matt Barnes would be kind of cool too to have. But yeah, not totally sold him. Here we get Flip Murray and Sasha Pavlovich, two solid role players. Kendrick Perkins. I used to like Hakeem Warwick a lot. He was actually a beast with him, man. We got Udonis Haslem. We all know what he is. Definitely a bit of a mid-range shooter. Grit and grind type of player for the Miami Heat. He was an 80 overall, so rating-wise, probably the way to go. Steven Jackson, Mike Finley, Raja Bell, Nick Collison. He plays so he's like literally 90 in the NBA. Okay, so I think out of all these, I'm thinking, not the most exciting player, but getting Udonis Haslem is kind of cool. But, Dolik's not going to do much for us, so I'm actually maybe leaning towards the Chris Webber one because, 2 rating points less than Haslem, but you also get Matt Barnes out of it, who will be a good rotational player for us for this video. So, yeah, not guaranteed that Chris Webber becomes the starter of this team. We find a better option, but, if anything, it gives us like a just in case. So, we low-key looking like the Sacramento Lakers out there because we got a lot of guys that play for the Kings, but, it's all good. All right, next up, we got a bona fide scrub, Kwame Brown. What can we get for just Kwame Brown in a trade? Probably not as much as you would think. We do have 28 trade offers. This makes me find it's hard to believe that there's actually 28 teams that would want Kwame Brown. Perkins, not a bad way to go. Here we go, Hakeem Warwick again. Brevin Knight, Bonzi Wells. I might actually get Bonzi Wells. Just get a, good scorer like that off the bench for us. Nick Collison, back at it again. Yeah, give me Bonzi Wells for sure. I could go ahead and take the man Jalen Rose, but there ain't going to be nobody to drop no 81 points on. It wasn't all Jalen, let's be honest. It was not all Jalen. But yeah, give me Bonzi Wells, 76 overall. Definitely can't beat that. I mean, you could take like a 90 overall. Okay, is there anybody else like I really want to go for that might be like a low-key player around these areas? Nene, he's kind of cool, 75 overall type of guy. Tayshaun Prince. I do like Antonio McDyess a lot. Oh, we actually got some offers too, man. McDyess was actually one of my more favorite players. I'm thinking, yeah, here we got Mim and Sasa Vucevic. We also get Mo Evans out of it. He was a very good three-point shooter. He had some really nice games for Detroit. I actually think he played for the Lakers too at one point. So I think that's the team he actually played for after the Pistons. So yeah, McDyess though, very solid rebounder. Always had, from like the elbow was freaking money from there, guys. But literally would have like some 20-20 games for the Pistons a lot. Defensively, not getting too much out of him either, but that's what we got. Yao Ming in the middle. Defense consistency is not bad, but he's not like throwing back shots or nothing like that. So yeah, Antonio McDyess, and that strengthens ups our bench with having Chris Webber, who's a bit older off there himself anyway. So yeah, that was a pretty solid trade. Okay, next up, let's do a trade of Brian Cook. Chuck Hayes, we can't trade him. Von Wafer, definitely getting down to the nitty gritty. We need a backup point guard. Definitely need a backup point guard. That's what we will be looking for next year. Chucky Ekins and Brian Cardinal. Could play Cardinal as small forward. I remember him on, I believe it was the Mavericks mostly. But yeah, he definitely was not like, 92 3-point shots. That could actually be pretty useful for us. I think so far that trade is in the lead. Carlos Arroyo, I think he's from Puerto Rico, right? I think he's from Puerto Rico. No, yeah, Puerto Rico for sure. Puerto Rico for sure. Was one of my favorite point guards for a very long time, man. For a very long time. But yeah, we are definitely going to do this trade here. Chucky Atkins, Brian Cardinal. I think Atkins also played for the Lakers at one point. But yeah, gives a backup point guard. And I'm pretty sure if you put the man Cardinal as small forward, which, okay, he actually goes down rating. Okay, so not like a great trade for us. What about C-Web as center? Goes down to a 76. Might be worth to do. We'll see. Yeah, I'll get the rotations going and everything like that after I'm done completing trades out here. But it's good to have depth guys anyway. But no, man, I think our benching is actually pretty much good to go. We got plenty of solid players on this team. See if we can trade all three of these guys together. No offers found. Got to trade every player, man. Every player must go. I think at this point, I'm just going to... Yo, we got to go with the Kobe Bryant Scalabrini. Yeah, just for the culture. Unless somebody else pops out, not really looking like I saw 74 overall. But, yo, Mikey Moore, he was kind of cool. I liked Mikey Moore a lot. Yo, Derek Fisher. You know what, man? I got to get Derek Fisher. Come on now. He is a Laker if I've ever seen one, man. Derek Fisher back on the team. We're trying to win a championship. Who better to ask than Derek Fisher to go back to the Lakers and help us do so? And finally, we got Kobe Carl, man. Kobe Carl. I could care less about Kobe Carl. Yo, give me Linton Johnson. That's probably not a real person. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to put my rotation together, everything like that. See how exactly I want to run it. I'll see you guys in 1 second. Okay, guys, so this is the team we are going with. We got Mike Bibby at point guard, Kobe Bryant at the 2 spots. We got Ryan Artest at the 3, Chris Webber at the 4, and Yao Ming at the 5. The reason I decided to go with Chris Webber in the starting lineup over Antonio McDyess, just because, Yao's already spaced in the 4 with his big-ass body and, mid-range abilities. Chris Webber can still knock it down, but it's actually his passing. And I'm going to be running the triangle offense. So you need guys with really good passing abilities, high basketball IQs to really run that triangle offense. To the way that Phil Jackson wants to run out there, right, man? So I thought, Chris Webber just made more sense for the starting lineup. Because then with Antonio McDyess, I trust him a bit more as like a backup power forward / center. So he'll be running both positions out there too. Plus gives us a bit of a scoring boost off the bench. He's going to be running with Bonzi Wells, Matt Barnes, and Derek Fisher for a 9-man rotation. These guys just not really going to be part of the rotation. Don't really, I can't run a freaking 13-man rotation or anything like that, right, guys? So yeah, that is the starting lineup. Kobe's playing 42 minutes, of course, because, it was just that type of season, man. Kobe had to put the team on his back. So is it a championship team? I think our depth is really what's going to help us out here with that type of case. But I really like the starting lineup. I think it's built around Kobe very nicely. And as you see right here, we have a 4-star system with the triangle offense. So Yao Ming actually excels. Like, check this out, man. You put it at 7 seconds, goes way down there. But he's all the way full green bar with the triangle offense. Chris Webber's not as high as I was hoping for. Neither is Ryan Artest, but it's okay. So yeah, man. And then as you saw, Phil Jackson is our coach. So I am now going to go ahead and simulate this NBA season. If you guys want to put your predictions, I'm going to say they won 45 games with Kobe and Kwame Brown. It's got to be at least a 60-win team, guys. It's got to be a 60-win team. So let's simulate the season and see how they do. Okay, so I said a 60-win team. I was not giving Kobe nearly enough credit, guys. 67-14. We got one more game against Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. Let's simulate this one with Simcast, man. 58-win team for them. So definitely going to be a big-time player in the playoffs out there, bro. So we got simulate game. See how this goes. I might be in the actual... I guess you can see it up there, right? You can see it up there. Come on, Lakers, man. Let's get it, man. Let's beat the Phoenix Suns. So many great matchups for them for so many years. 91-75. Kobe with 20 points. 68. Kind of a low-scoring game. I mean, I guess that's just like the time it was in basketball, though, right, guys? Except, I guess if you played the... we got Kobe. There we go, man. Finals MVP. Or, I'm sorry, MVP. Hopefully also Finals MVP. So we got 31 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, about 1 block per game. So not at the 35-point mark, but the fact that he's only 4 points away from that, and now he has all these guys on his team, is probably even more impressive. Like, he's putting up those numbers playing with, like, Yao Ming and all those guys. We got Darren Williams as rookie of the... Damn, 8 rebounds per game? I don't remember D-Will ever doing that. Yo, who remembers the days where the big argument was who's the better point guard, Darren Williams or Chris Paul? I remember them very, very clearly, man. I loved D-Will back when he was playing for the Utah Jazz. Mike Miller, 6-man, LeBron James, defensive player and most improved player. We got Phil Jackson as coach of the year. All-NBA first, we got Kobe, D-Will, Powell, Dirk, and Chris Bosh. All-NBA second, we got Gilbert, Barron, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Shaq. And then we got AI, Wade, Vince, Elton, and Yao Ming making it for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's always nice. And then all the rookie team looking like this. Yo, Rashard McCants, man. That is a name I've not heard in a while. Yo, Charlie Villanueva, come on, man. No, Charlie V wasn't the worst basketball player in the world. And we are back to the classic days of my Detroit Pistons being the #1 seed. Loved that. I think they were actually the first seed that season also. Player stats on the season, though. So we know Kobe stat line. We got Yao Ming at 16 points, 14 rebounds, 2 blocks per game. Mike Bibby scored the basketball, about 16 points, 8 assists. He was an absolute value steal player to get. Like, I knew what we were going to get out of Mike Bibby. I knew it was going to be good numbers. Ron Artest with the good all-around game, playing the great defense himself. McDice beasting off the bench. Chris Webber, you know, low-key scoring, but I love the 5 assists. I tell you, man, perfect for the triangle offense. Bonzi Wells, Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher all doing their thing out there. Very happy, guys. Very happy. And then if you want to see the league leaders real quick here, since, you know, it's a different type of season, we do got Kobe leading the NBA in scoring. I'll go down to, like, the top 25 so you can see how your favorite players did out there. Here we go. Here we go. Chauncey Billups, 19 points, my favorite player of all time. All right, so first round, we do have the Denver Nuggets. So this was back in the Carmelo Anthony, I believe Marcus Camby, J.R. Smith days. Simulate round. Hopefully we can win it all, man. You know, with 6... Oh, I thought we took it. Okay, I was looking at the record. So we have 2-0, 3-0. Looking good, 3-1. And 4 games to 1, guys. We do have the Dallas Mavericks, who got to the finals that year. Man, we got a 50-point game, 14 assists for Kobe Bryant. You know, who says Kobe never passed? Didn't he average like 5 assists throughout his entire career? I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty damn sure he did. Yo, Earl Boykins, dude was short as hell, man, but he was short. I'm pretty sure he was shorter than 5'10". Wasn't he like 5'5"? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. But yeah, Dallas Mavericks, they lost to the Miami Heat this season. Here we go, simulate round. Dirk Nowitzki and them boys. We up 2-0, 3-0, looking good, 4 games to 0. They just couldn't do anything about Yao Ming. Too much of a beast, man. Jerry Stackhouse. Yeah, we got Kobe 23 points, 17 for Mike Bibby. Double-double for Antonio McDice. All right, next we got Golden State, who beat the Phoenix Suns. They got Dunleavy, Jason Richardson, Biedrins. Yeah, Biedrins never quite panned out, did he? Never quite panned out. All right, simulate round, man. Simulate round. And got them 4 games to 1. Man, Detroit Pistons, y'all lost to the 7th seed? Come on now, man. Oh, my God. Okay, at least I don't gotta, like, try to beat my favorite team. I got that, at least, right? I don't gotta try to beat my favorite team. Also, was LeBron James not able to lead them to the playoffs? What's up with that? This is a Laker video, man. Gotta show some respect to the man, LeBron James. Now that he's a Los Angeles Laker. Yo, we beat them 125-110. Here we go. Boston Celtics, the 7th seed. One of the greatest sport rivalries of all times, by the way. Simulate round, although I'm not expecting much out of the 7th seed. Nope. Got him 4 games to 0, guys. Kobe Bryant, your finals MVP. Really happy I did this video, man. I never got to do a proper Kobe video because, you know, after the tragic accident that happened and everything like that, man, I just felt wrong at the time. It just didn't feel right, but it's time to celebrate, man. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest players of all time. Yeah, you look at that, 17-17, 16-16. Rebounding team out there like that, man. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I love doing these. These are so much fun to do. Hope you guys enjoy watching them as much as I like making them. So yeah, if you don't mind dropping that like, subscribing if you're new to the channel, man. Also, check out my second channel, Extra Crispy. I'm so close to 80K subscribers. So close, man. I can freaking taste it. Not really, but yeah. That's all I got. Peace out, guys.